Happy New Year to all of you. It's been a wonderful 2022, and today we've walked into a brand new year, 2023. And I say a happy new year to all of you out there. All right, today we'll be talking about something different from what we usually talk about. Many a times people overlook the fact that girls are also children. They always focus on their boys, whatever they want to do, my boys. When it comes to inheritance, my boys. When they want to will anything, any property, anything at all. When it comes to vital informations, they give them to the boys. When it comes to dishing out properties, like I said earlier, they talk about their boys. And when it comes to let's say significant decision making in families, they only call on their boys. All right, and this is so wrong. We have to change the narrative. It's a new year, so we have to start thinking differently to make things work in our families. At times I keep wondering why women are overlooked, especially where we are coming from, Africa. People don't talk about women that much when it comes to vital informations, when it comes to properties, especially our fathers. Whenever they want to will their assets, whenever they want to accept someone that has just a child, maybe a female, and it's always difficult for the person to will all his heart to that particular child without giving them to the brothers, the relatives, and all that. But today I want you to know that any child is a child. We will always say that in Igbo land, where I'm coming from, people will always say mwabu mwa. But when it comes to sharing of properties, they forget the women. When it comes to vital decision makings in the families, okay, how do we do this? How do we organize this business? How do we build this empire? How do we do this? Let me say, important decision makings, they overlook women. But when it comes to problem solving, now they forget that women are now women. They will now bring it to their tables, especially when they are married to wealthy husbands or when they are well-to-do. Then who they cheat who? Today, I said let's talk about this. Honestly, I had this topic on my Facebook page, keeping it real with Checha, but along the line I said no, let me do away with that. I want to sit and talk about it, not being distracted, then hitting my point so that you will see from my point of view. Yes, everybody, they want to reap. Okay, let me just be raw. Many of our parents want to reap where they did not sow. Do you know why I made this comment? People believe that it is not an idea to train female, especially when it comes to education. They might train you, especially where we are coming from. Let me not generalize it, because there are people that still value women, especially Western world. But Africa, where we are, they don't believe that women are something. They don't believe that women can amount to something good. That's why when you see them, when it comes to certain decision makings in the family, they forget about the fact that women should be seated, that women should be carried along, that women should be involved, that women should be respected. Yes, women are meant to be there, like to be submissive to men, but not in such manner we present them. Okay, we are meant to be there to be under men when it comes to concrete decision makings, when it comes to sharing of properties, when it comes to good businesses, employment and all that. But when it comes to solving problems, you will not remember that this set of people are supposed to be submissive. They're supposed to keep quiet. They're supposed to keep their money. They're supposed to keep whatever contact they have. Let the men handle it. And I ask, who they cheat who? This year, 2023, let's carry women along. Look at women in other countries, especially in Western world. There are many countries being governed by women. Look at how those countries are waxing strong. You want to tell me that Africa, especially Nigeria, is better than those countries? No. I can't buy such lies. You forget the fact that women, they are also your children. You have a girl child. You want to share your properties. Maybe you have 3 houses, not your family house. I'm not talking about your village, whatever. That one should be for your boys. You have 3 properties out there. Now it's time for you to share your properties. You have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Now when you want to share them, you see our parents sharing, maybe giving one to one of their sons, the other to the son, and the one remaining, they either share it amongst the sons again, or to their wives, or whatever, or sell it, or I don't know. But it's always difficult for them to will those 3 properties to their 3 children. Now you want to leave your daughter to go into her marriage empty-handed. Yes, you've given her education. That is what you should do as a parent. No doubt about that. Now you want to allow her go into that marriage without nothing. But you're expecting much from that marriage. If you have problem today, you would want your in-law to solve the problem if that problem is a huge one, simply because he's got money. Now, let's assume that you gifted her with something tangible, a property. I'm not talking about those little things given to women when they marry them. You know, those kitchen utensils. Some also try gifting them with cars. Some of them that have conscience, and let's say house properties. I'm not talking about those shits. If you have more, give more. You can't own empires. You can't have properties here and there, and when your daughter is getting married, you just gift her with a car. Do you know that I've done my own research, looking at families, looking at how things work there. When you have a problem in your home, try and place a call on your children and see who comes first. Is your girl child. Girls always have the family's interest at heart. They carry it on their shoulders. They don't talk. They don't do nothing without their family coming first. I am not disputing the fact that men also do the same. But when you place women in the same position, on the same position with men, take a look at it. Check the difference. Just look at how they do things. Women always think family, but men think their immediate family, their wife, their children. What about when they are not married yet? A woman has money. Let me say your daughter has money, your son has money. Fall sick as a parent, or let them get the call that their father, especially fathers, are not doing fine. Trust me, your daughter will be the first person to appear there. If she doesn't have money, she will borrow from her friends. If she can't borrow, let me now tell you, let me be raw. A daughter is ready to sell her body to make sure her family is okay. But I'm not proud of that. A daughter can always convince her husband, can be manipulative at times. Let me just tell you the fact. She can tell you the raw truth, as in manipulating the husband so that the husband will dance to her tone. Honey, you know this, you know that. Trust us. God has gifted us with such intelligence and smartness for the husband to succumb to that her request. But go to your son. We women, we are there as well. We'll be like, honey, do you know that lace, that meeting, that's money, you know Mama Nkechi, you know Papa Chidera, you know this, that cloth they were wearing, you know, I have not gotten my own. This, your wife will manipulate, your son's wife will manipulate them in such a way that they will always forget to do the necessary things for you. Then you see your son giving you excuses. He has the money, but he'll keep giving you excuses. Daddy, I am busy. I went to Paris today. I'll be coming back next tomorrow. Please, my wife will send you this, or I've transferred this to your account. Yes, money answers all things, but at times presence matters a lot. If the wife is the good one, to allow him gift you with anything. But a man, it's always difficult for you to see a man that will stop your daughter from caring for you. Except your daughter is not well raised, except your daughter doesn't know her fire as a woman. She doesn't know her right, and she doesn't have respect for her husband. If a woman has a respect for her husband, trust me, that woman, I tell you, will be like, in fact, she controls her husband. People will be like, na juju she did use. Women, when they have this respect, Bible was not mistaken when the scriptures say that you should respect your husband. Men are to be honored. When a woman loves you and respects you more than she loves you, she adores you, the steps, the ground you walk on, she reverences it. Trust me, people go they look that marriage as if na juju she dey use control the man. Trust me, if a man sees a woman that respects him, he can move mountains, for that particular lady. People don't know the secret in marriage. They believe it's all about talking. So people will be like, blah, 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 blah. Your husband will say 1, you say 20. Your husband can do anything for you when you have respect for him. Like I said, before I move a bit far, except you didn't train that your girl child very well. If you have trained her very well, trust me, she can manipulate her husband to get anything she wants to take care of her family. A woman can do anything for her home. But the question is, what can her family do for her?